you're back to the Arise Exchange. Now, solar energy industry experts, investors, and exhibitors are meeting in Lagos. For the next 3 days, they're discussing how to increase the contributions of solar power in Nigeria and Africa's energy mix. The 3-day event will also include the launch of the latest Africa Solar Energy Report, as well as the outlook on the industry across the continent.
The key highlights that I would like you to go home with is, first of all, Nigeria came number 4 in 2024 in terms of most capacity added in a country, with almost 64 megawatt peak installed of installations that we were able to track. In terms of solar per capita, not so great, number 43, but that is because we're talking about a very, very large country, very large population, and already a lot of other infrastructure. It will improve over time, but what is really interesting is that in terms of contribution to the electricity mix, you are doing better here, and you've also been improving, climbing up the ranking, plus 12 spots. Still number 34, still room for improvement, but on the right path. And this is mostly thanks to the change with the diesel subsidy removal, which is incentivizing a lot more business owners, homeowners to switch to solar, and this is the discussion that you will be hearing everywhere here. In terms of total installed capacity in history, we've been able to track almost 400 megawatt peak of solar across the different segments. This is the prices, but you see like very wide ranges. And in terms of noteworthy developments, well, there is a plan to establish 3 gigawatts of solar across various states in the country. Mini grids is very important here in Nigeria. There's this Indian company called Husk Power, which is currently developing 150 sites. And also normally in February, there should be an announcement from REA about the results of the agency in bringing more than 600 mini-grid sites in operation for a total of 75 to 82 megawatt peak, which is a considerable achievement. At African level, Nigeria is really the leading country when it comes to mini-grids.
We understand the critical role that international investors and partners play in driving this transformation. This need for funding, technology transfer, and expertise cannot be overstated. That is why today's event is so significant. It represents an opportunity for us to deepen the collaboration between the Nigerian government, industry players, international investors. Through strategic partnership, we can unlock potential of our renewable energy resources, create jobs, improve livelihood, foster an environment of innovation and sustainability. Nigerian government is committed to providing the necessary framework and incentives to facilitate the growth of renewable energy projects across the country. We have introduced various program initiatives to attract investment, simplify project approval, and ensure long-term viability of these investments. Our Renewable Energy Master Plan and the nationally determined contributions under the Paris Agreement are clear roadmap that signal our commitment to a green energy transition. The conference and exhibition are testament to the growing interest in Nigerian energy future, and I encourage all of you to take full advantage of the discussion, presentation, and networking opportunities over the next few days. Together, we can build a foundation for a cleaner, more sustainable energy future, not just for Nigeria, but for the inter-African continent.
Based on statistics, I mean, these statistics are available, I think I was able to pull this up from an IRENA report, right? About 80 million Nigerian people, that's like about 35% of the Nigerian population, we still do not have access to electricity, right? So, I mean, that shows that a lot of work still needs to be done. But moving on from that, right, of course, we all know how important, energy access is, for different sectors to power businesses and, of course, to the economy at large, right? We can see that because in some areas, there's no access to power, there's no access to electricity, a lot of Nigerians have resorted to buying fossil fuel generators, right? I mean, statistics show that we have like about 4.5 million generators in Nigeria alone. And of course, Nigerians spend around 14 billion naira annually on fossil fuel powered or diesel generators, right? Of course, this definitely has an impact on our GDP. I mean, there's like a 6% loss, there, right? And we don't expect the government to really fold their hands on this, right? We've seen that, they've made a lot of, there's a mandate, the government they have a mandate to achieve universal electrification by 2030, right? I mean, this is already 2025. I don't know how that conversation is going right now, and I don't know if it's still a conversation, really, right? Of course, it's also very noteworthy to mention that, of the total energy generation, mix in Nigeria, just 21% of it comes from renewable sources, right? So we've only been able to achieve 3.4 gigawatts of our, renewable energy capacity in Nigeria, right? So yeah, pretty much, I also went ahead to, pick a couple of charts. I mean, you can see two charts here before me. One is a stack bar chart, and one is also like one showing, the different distributions, that speaks to pretty much electricity access in Africa, all right? So the first chart here pretty much just shows how much progress, we've made in sub-Saharan Africa in terms of electricity access, right? So coded in blue, we can see South Asia. Coded in, I don't know if this is black or navy blue, but pretty much you can see that's sub-Saharan Africa, right?